Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, October 13th. Yeah. Mars is retrograde, Uranus is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, and today Mercury joins the party. Oh, goody. That's what I always say. Oh, goody. All right. So I want to address a couple of things today because it's really important. Things are building. This month is an extremely powerful month. Energetically, especially this year, where we have a full moon beginning and ending this month, the 1st and the 31st were full moons and are going to be full moons. So that's a blood moon and then a blue moon. Extremely powerful. This container of time um, between those two moons, absolutely incredible building of potential. It's an incredible building of potential. And what I really want to address right now is that we as light workers, we as people who are here to share light, to spread light, to share love, and to shine light through love, this is our time to really do that. Okay, we really, really need to really do our best to stay focused on the light, to stay focused on strength in that light and love. Love, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear. You cannot be um, can't be afraid of the dark. You've got to shine your light into the dark so that you can see what's there, so that it's no longer scary for you. For everybody, really, that's the whole point. And perspective is everything, people. We really need to keep that in mind here. There is really no right or wrong as what works and what doesn't. And the only way for us to understand our degree of light and how we're working it, how we're shining it, what it's doing, and what we're doing with it, is to compare it to the contrast that is the darkness. And the more we shine light, the more the darkness comes up to be illuminated, and because there is no longer um, shadows keeping it hidden, keeping it dark. And so I really want to address this because this is the time. We need to really shine our light so that the darkness can be illuminated, because it needs to go into that higher vibration. It needs to be um, um, lit up, literally, so that it can technically do what we are all doing, and that's ascend to a higher vibration. And so that's really, really important for us to keep in mind, keep focused on right now. The dark that wants to stay dark right now is working really strong with this energy in this month. So there's no better time for us to do the light work that we've come to do than to shine our light right now, to love the dark that is ready to be, illuminated or open to be illuminated. Because the stuff that's really deep in the shadows, we've got to really get in there to get to it. And that's generally, for those who are committed to this mission. And in doing so, they go into those deeper, darker places. And so they illuminate those places, the caverns, the caves, the depths of the darkness. But that's not the general public. That's not the general light workers, the ones who don't really want to look at the dark stuff. But you know what? It's there. You can't stay, so focused on the light all the time that you're not aware of what's in the shadows, because that does you a disservice as well. The idea here is that we come to master our being and to be the master of it. And we are all components of both. We are all made up of light and dark. And the idea is to be in balance and recognize when the darkness is there and to not let it overtake us. So, whether those are dark emotions, experiences, traumatic events in our lives that may or may not have caused us to, sink down into our own places or have to deal with our own shadows, doesn't really matter what it is. We've all come here with them. Not everybody is leading a brilliant life that's never ever once seen darkness, ever, ever. That's just not how it is. It's not what we're here for. So we really have to keep this in mind. This is the time. And the best way for us to combat the darkness is to literally shine ourselves brighter than we've ever shone before, and not to be ignoring of the darkness that is there, right? We have to be aware of it, because it's while we're shining our light and we're focused on things that things are taking place in the shadows and they're coming to the surface. Again, not just to be illuminated, but to be exposed for what it really is, so that we are in a place of power. When you know what the boogeyman looks like, he's not nearly, or she's not nearly as scary as when you don't know. It's fear of the unknown that most people are plagued by. That's what causes anxiety. That's what causes depression. It causes all kinds of, psychosis that really stops us from living fully because we're afraid of what could happen. Well, yeah, okay, that's the whole point to this pick your own ending story that we're all here for. But the idea is that we create that pick your own ending. And as long as we focus on the fearful things and the things that scare us and the things we aren't aware of and we don't know about, then that is what we give our attention to. That is the vibrational, you know, transmission that we're putting out there for the universe to respond to. There is not a table of beings sitting there going, oh, well, they want this, they don't want that, and we'll give them what they do want because they're obviously confused. This is not really what they're thinking about. No, everything is an echo to what you are feeling about what you're thinking. Okay, we have to keep that in mind. So, for instance, when I post stuff that seems rather frightening and can be a little bit scary, it's the point. The point is that's happening right there. And if you're not aware of it, you have to balance yourself between the light and working the light stuff and the dark because it's coming at you. It's coming at you because as you work that light, that darkness comes up. That's what we do. That's how we are. We have to balance it. We have to truly be in a balanced place. And I used to always say, I'm not into doom and gloom. I would say that in every single reading, and I have done thousands and thousands of readings over the years. I'm not into doom and gloom, people. I'm really not. But let's face it, that's the world we're living in. That's the creation that we have come here to light up so that it is no longer the world we're living in. We have an opportunity to light it up, to shift it into a higher degree of consciousness, a higher level of consciousness, higher awareness, and a higher perspective. So again, perspective is everything. We really need to keep that in mind as well, because what I perceive as one thing, you may perceive as another, and that's okay. Your perspective, that perspective that you hold, is your individual perspective. That's your facet from that giant, beautiful diamond that we are all, sort of a part of, that collective cosmic diamond. A lot of spiritual people talk about the diamond, but that's the point, right? The facets are all, it's one beautiful stone, one beautiful thing, one beautiful entity, but it has this opportunity to have multifaceted viewpoints, and that's where we are now. Me personally, because I see things that most people don't see. I see things from not just a higher perspective, and that's not an ego thing. That's me being able to pull myself out of the emotional experience of human, and go up into the cosmos, so to speak, and view this from a spiritual perspective. That's soul perspective, SOUL perspective, that I'm viewing this life as right now, allows me to not be in the human construct, feeling the emotion or the upset, the outrage, or whatever else may be going on. I actually see what's playing out. This is an incredible game. This plot, this storyline, this everything, this project, it's remarkable. It's quite amazing. They have, the idea is, how do we raise the light, right? This beautiful planet is sitting in darkness. How do we raise the light on it and bring it to a place where it can be enlightened so they can lift up into a higher consciousness? Well, let's see. Let's get everybody active and illuminating their light, and lighting up their light and shining it outward. Well, how do we do that? Most people are just sitting here living their lives, doing whatever they want to do, living life and choosing through this. And this is a multi-level experience, right? And so we have people who are here and they're just kind of living their life, doing the things that their soul kind of planned out as sort of a topical kind of agenda. And then there's others that are playing something much deeper, right? They're recognizing a little bit more to it, and that's okay. Everybody's playing a role. Like there's no right or wrong. There's nobody doing what they're not supposed to be doing. But everybody has choice, perspective, and opportunity here to change what they're doing. to see something new and to change what they're doing, to shine their light into a new area, illuminate it so that they can see what's really going on there and step into that. You can't be afraid of the darkness. You cannot be afraid of fear. And that's, I think, what a lot of people are afraid of. They're afraid of being afraid. They don't want to be afraid. They don't want to be afraid of anything. They don't want to be afraid of the unknown. And so they step away and they take their focus and their vision away from those things that incite that fear in them. I'm here to help you face those fears because it's not real. It's part of the game. That's the point, right? Of all the things. That's your handicap. Fear is our handicap. It's our disability. And I think humanity is afflicted with it in a big, big way. There's only a very small percentage of people who are not afraid. Not afraid. I'm not saying I don't feel fear. My God. I've had experiences throughout my life that, I was petrified. I was not going to be alive when it was done. And I say that truthfully. Truthfully. Nothing frightens me more, though, than knowing what's going on and not sharing what I know. Not sharing what I can help people with. So I'd be remiss in not helping you by telling you that there's something going on and that right now we don't need to be afraid of it. We need to be aware of it. We need to be aware of it. We need to shine our light here. We need to blast it over there. We need to laser beam it there and shoot it there. Because we have the power of light. We are light. And I really think it's important for us all to recognize that. This is one of the darkest times of humanity. One of the last times, that we'll ever have to face. But now's the time. Shine, shine, shine your light. We are here as sovereign beings. We are not meant to be enslaved. We are not meant to be held in fear of our existence for anything. Have we not learned from some of these previous experiences, events, moments in history? So, let's do something about it. Not today, Satan. Not today. You know what evil is? Evil is backwards living. If you write the word live and write the word evil, you'll notice they are exactly the same word written backwards. You're either living progressively in an evolutionary way, creation-wise, the way creation has intended, the way Creator intended us to live, expanding, evolving, growing, or you're living backwards. You're contracting, restrictive, limiting, enslaving. It's up to you, And the devil, let's face it, folks, the devil is a construct of that backwards living. You're not going to blame the devil. The devil didn't make you do anything. You did it. You also have the power to not do it, right? So those are the choices people make. Those are the choices humans make. That's what we souls are here to do. Yeah. So we live progressively. I live progressively. I live for expansion, creation, evolution, compassion, peace, love, and light. That's what I live for. That's what I'm here to share. And okay, fine. So I didn't say anything for a really long time about Satan or Satanism or the evil world. I don't want people focused on that. You don't need to. The more you stare at the light, you're good, you're strong, you're empowered. But now that the darkness has come to the table, you have to acknowledge that and know that the strength that you have because you've spent that time charging up and, really staying focused on the light itself is the light you now need to shine outward at the darkness to expose it. You don't have to do anything else. Just shine the darkness. Shine the light into the darkness. That's all you got to do. Nobody's asking you to accept it, condone it, or any of that. No, I don't. I don't condone hate. I don't condone hate. But I also know that without hate, We don't have the same definition of love. So both are necessary. And that which is ready to be transcending in its vibration to a higher level of being is going to show up. That which is not is going to stay put. We need it. We need that. We need the contrast in order for others to eventually make their way into the light, towards that higher consciousness. It's really important. Stay focused, folks. I don't mean to scare anybody, but shit's about to get real. And everything that people have thought was conspiracy theories, the conspiracy is a plot or a hidden agenda, secret plan. These are not theories. They're not theories anymore. They're coming out. They're being proven. Hold on to your hats. It's all about to get real, big time. And watch the players, okay? Like them or lump them, doesn't matter. Nobody's asking you to like anybody in particular. We're not even in the space right now where we can even vote for the ones that are really taking the headlines right now. But here's the point. They're all players in this big game. And they all have a role that we can see for what it really is. What's happening here? Who are these people? What are they doing? And don't for a minute think that our own governments are not individually around the world involved in this as well. There are a small percentage that are not necessarily engaging with this UN bull stuff. But I'm going to tell you right now, majority of them are. That's what the United Nations is all about. And UN Agenda 21. That's what we're talking about. Agenda 30. 2 plans in place, folks. The plan that's based on fear and control. The plan that's based in love and freedom, peace, light. They're playing out right now. Be aware. Be aware of what's going on over here. But keep your focus here. Keep your focus here. You gotta keep an eye on them because they need your help. They need your light. But they also can't be trusted. I hate to say it, but it's true. And that's the point. They're not out for your best interest. You are. I am. Those like me are. Lend us your light. Lend us your light. Shine it, shine it, shine it bright. But lend us your light because the world needs it right now, especially during this month of October. God bless you all. Light warriors unite. We're here. Shine bright, shine bright, shine your light. God bless.